And welcome back everyone for a nice, friendly discussion on all things Star Trek. In the ship world, it can be canon, non-canon, side canon, game canon, movie canon, because there are side movies, fan film canon, all the different
T-shirt
styles.
canon, you know.
Yes! You can probably fire a ship. You can probably fire an Eagle Moss ship in a shirt inside T-shirt cannon. That's the next press event. So any ship, any part of the Trek universe. This one is brought by Stuart because he thought it looked cool. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm excited to see what. Well, we'll see. So Stuart, how are you doing? And introduce us to this ship today.
I am very well, thank you for asking. Today I bring you something that I was looking through DeviantArt as I tend to do, and I stumbled across this, and I thought it was really interesting. This is done by Jude Xavier, and he's a member of the First Fleet over on DeviantArt. So check them out; they got some fantastic artwork. I tried looking for more pictures of this particular design because I wanted to get more views of it. Couldn't find anything. So if you're out there, Jude, or if you know somebody, if somebody knows him or knows more pictures of the ship, would love to have them and maybe do a redo of this episode because we only have one image to go on, but it's really interesting and really worth discussing. So, and here it is. It's fantastic.
I think it's a Klingon ship. I don't know what's making me think that. But I think I'm picking up the visual cues.
It's because it's called Klingon Fighter, isn't it?
Yup. Wow. It's so different yet so the same. What do you think, Stuart?
Well, like I said, I thought it was really interesting. It pulls in a lot of different design elements, and we've looked at fighters before, Federation fighters and things like that. Whether fighters have a place in Star Trek is to be debated, as we did in our episode. However, this is quite interesting. This actually could be an unmanned drone or an unmanned attack craft of some sort. I'm not sure the exact size. You kind of got a feel for it. Maybe one or two people at the most in this. Very much a fighter vibe, but you can see some design influences here for sure. So I'm going to let you call out the first few that you see.
Well, for me, and this lucky I've still got this, it's a cross between a Cylon Raider and a TIE Fighter.
Wow. I never even thought of that.
In terms
it's
of
kind of like a TIE Interceptor a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's a taking another format of the shapes. But obviously, yes, it's a bird of prey / a Katinga / a Cylon Raider / a TIE Fighter. Because that middle ball is a TIE Fighter / a Katinga's torpedo / the back two units look like a Cylon Raider. Yeah.
Yeah. The D7 tie-in is a little odd to me, or the Katinga tie-in. That head shape.
Yes.
So I'm assuming that's a window. So there's maybe two pilots back there.
Or one that can rotate a bit, maybe.
Yeah, could be. Yeah. I don't know about that thing underneath being a torpedo launcher because could it hold two torpedoes at the most, maybe?
I mean, micro torpedoes, obviously. You look at the different shuttles in Star Trek. I mean, you'd have a limited magazine for sure. If the front bit wasn't a window, then the pilot could be higher, and then you'd have the equivalent of a small deck of maybe 3 or 4 loads in the magazine. I mean, you can't imagine shuttles or runabouts have many, even when they're armed, and just having one is useful, especially if you're doing things like ground bombardment. Then throwing a bit more firepower at something is worth it. So even having 3 is good, I guess. But yeah, it's a pretty minimal space, unless it's bigger than we think.
It could be. But judging by the size of the guns and tying those in with bird of prey style guns, which looked the exact same at the end, it's not super huge. This has a very kit bashy vibe to me, much like the FASA designs of the day. This feels like it was done by one of the FASA people, which isn't a bad thing at all. It's just, yeah. It doesn't look like the wings articulate. If the wings articulated, that'd be super cool. Turn up to land even, because how does this thing land? Does it land on the wings? I don't know.
Yeah, you've got to imagine that will all be included, given that it is such a integrated thing. I mean, you can feels like a bit of a pivot point. But I mean, if you just go by the guns, I mean, a classic Burrell is a reasonable sized ship, and yes, the guns are quite a small part of it. But if you look at that, the exact same literal guns, then that cockpit's probably 2 decks, and you can fit. It's not a single man fighter if that is a literal size.
I wish I could have found more pictures with other ships or something so we could have a little more to talk about.
You're so excited, Stuart.
I like it. It's got a lot of potential, and I saw it, and I'm like, "Ooh, that's interesting. It's worth talking about." So I really hope that the creator of this or somebody over at the First Fleet sees this and can kind of give us more information on it at least, because I think it'd be really cool.
It looks both comical but also deadly. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I never got the comical until you kind of said that.
It's because the head looks so...
It looks like a Klingon clown head.
Yeah, see.
Now that you said it...
But the outstretched guns look really deadly. And it looks fast, it looks maneuverable, it looks, torpedo-y. Depending on what the scale is, it could be very functional. And for a minimalist style of a lot of bang for the buck, I mean, if you can put Burrell-class disruptors on a ship this size and have power to run them at full power, I mean, that's a pretty, a lot of bang for the buck.
Well, looking at the size, having said that, I'm fairly certain this thing is not warp capable.
Yes.
Because I can't see... Well, I can't see room for a warp core. I can't see room for any of that.
Well,
So I think it's quite small, meant to specifically go after ships a la very fighter stylish.
I mean, it may not even be for ships because, Burrells are there, almost there as fighters. I mean, what if it was just for ground?
Well, yeah, because the Klingons do a lot of ground assault and stuff against civilization, yeah.
And then the window makes even more sense because then practically seeing something might have an advantage to, if all of your fighter craft were limited to sensors and then you did a sensor jammer, that's going to be difficult to see where you're going if the scanners don't work. And if you look at all the shuttles, they'll have windows. So this would make sense. And as an aerial fighter, especially if then the wings can move, you can, do different attack runs at different levels. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I think all the wing configurations would look good. This down one, straight out would be fantastic. I think it'd be more like a jet kind of vibe then, and up would be really cool. I always like the up position on the bird of praise, so I'm kind of partial to that. But
yeah, up would look good too.
Yeah. The only thing that strikes me as a little odd is that
the only thing.
Well,
apart from a slight mismatch. Apart from that.
Is the design of the very Katinga style head or command deck there. Again, it goes back to the facet thing of taking the bird of prey, the Burrell, the 12-person Burrell bird of prey, and scaling the entire design up and up again without changing anything exterior. You're taking the exact same design and that's what it feels like here, where it's like, oh, that Katinga thing looks cool. Let's carve this out, but then downsize it immensely so that it just looks like it ties in with the rest of the fleet. Would they necessarily do that? I don't know, but it does look neat. I mean, I can see like Klingon shock troopers wearing helmets that look like that. Look, we're Klingons. Look at our helmets. They look like Katinga heads.
Yeah, it's the we're going to just do this for this rather than thinking, how do we redesign it, how do we tweak it. I do like the fact that it's cut out in the middle. It does change the whole feel, like the feel but not the vibe. Those are very subtle distinctions, but I
know what you mean though.
I do think it would have made more sense to integrate the back of the head into the wings more. So that the whole middle was a much more structurally sound bit, and that the ball bit was rather than just a big circle, a big sphere. It was more just the front exterior bit of a combined back piece. I think would have benefited a little bit rather than just being this ball that's sitting on a railing, which is connected to wings. I mean, we haven't seen the back, but I feel like that's probably what it's going to look like.
Yeah, I know we've kind of determined that it's probably like a 2 or 3 person kind of ship at the most. It does feel very small to me, but I would like to get more of a feel for scale. If it was bigger, I mean, and it's not really representative of that at all. I don't think it was meant to be.
Now I can imagine if you want to make a bigger version, one thing that would look cool is you take this, and then you extend the back of the neck, give it a small
little
back
boom?
piece. Well, not so much a boom, but like a big thick bit, and then add a second set of wings to the top, raised, and then you got recessed back set, front forward bit, and then the functional bits at the back, warp engines. You have one little warp unit right in the middle, impulse drives, and the head is the control center. And now you've got, it wouldn't have any living quarters, so it'd be a single mission unit, but a double wing larger fighter would be really cool.
Yeah, lots of ways to improve it or advance it. I just thought it was worth looking at because it kind of struck me. I've seen a lot of different designs and stuff over the years, and this one's like, that's really neat as a first idea for a fighter. Lots of room for improvement or advancement, but yeah, I think it's really neat. So kudos to Jude Xavier, I guess is his name. Like I said, if you guys know anything more about this, I would love to learn more about it and see other photos of it or other pictures of it if there any exists. So let us know.
Yeah. Just Stuart likes bringing cool random things.
As I do, yeah.
As you do.
So if you guys liked it, please click the like button. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. The notification icon. And of course, comment. I want to hear what you guys think about this design. Or what would you do to improve it? Do you think it's good? Do you not like it? Let us know in the comments down below. We like to read them and get your input. So yeah, there you go.
And of course, support this channel via Patreon, the monthly donation service that you can put a little bit in each every month to help this channel, or a one-time donation at trekyards.com, or buy Eagle Moss ships, other Klingon, all the Klingon ships, I think, just via the affiliate link in the comments in the description. Sorry, you click on that, you go to the store, you put our code in, which is Trekyards, and then you get some money off. The more you buy, the more you get. It's amazing. Or you can join our weekly lives, because we do them to talk to you guys, have direct feedback, breaking news, we go to live, and you can super chat, which is sort of important because it's basically a third to a half of our funding now. So join the fun, help us out with $1, and we can do this for months, years, and decades to come. Our children will be doing this.
There's a lot of Star Trek coming up, so let's look forward to for sure. Well, I better start training my kids then. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. As always, please come back and check us out next time. And until then, he's Commander Cocking.
And he's Captain Foley.
Whoa, see? Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
I'll get you one day.